In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 100 best cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team on a tier list here ranging from S that does go all the way down to F tier. And yes, you guys heard that right. We have the top 100 best cards currently in My Team. These are all of the best cards that I do think are currently in this game, and I'll be ranking them from F all the way up to the S tier category. So we have a lot of cards to go through, but I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what are your guys' just favorite cards in the game right now? Whether it's at the higher level, the budget level, let me know all of your guys' favorite cards right now in My Team, and obviously what you guys would change about my tier list. But talking about 100 overall James Worthy is an interesting card to start out with, because I think he's really good, but there's so many great cards in this game that is it insane to put James Worthy in B tier? It might be. So do we go like low A tier for this 100 overall James Worthy? Because he's a good card. He's 100% good. 6'9" and small forward, 7-foot wingspan. He's got a good jump shot, Pro 2 fade. I think you have to go probably low A tier. He's still a 100 overall, has a good player model, a really good jump shot. I think you go low A tier for 100 overall James Worthy. Now Hakeem, I think is B. Again, is that going to sound maybe a little bit low? You guys have to remember, these are the top 100 best cards in the game. There is so many elite cards on this tier list that I think B tier is a fair spot for Hakeem. He's not the best power forward, he's not S, but he's certainly not one of the weaker cards in this game at the power forward position, potentially in like the D or F tier category. Talking about 100 overall Cade, again, don't think I can put this card in S. I want to keep S to like only the best of the best cards in this game. And while Cade is still really good, 6'6" point guard, 7-foot wingspan, he's 100 overall cards, so he's got those stats and those badges very maxed out. You know, he doesn't have the greatest of jump shots. Like, it's a good release. His fade could be a lot better. I think his sigs could be a lot better as well. So I don't know, this card's good. I don't like the hesitation as well on basic. I think that could be a lot better. But yeah, overall, this Cade card is really good. I think he could have been a lot better, but I do think he is still going to be in that A tier category. Now, talking about 100 overall Carmelo, I would say he's probably still A tier at shooting guard. He's still got a ridiculously good jump shot with that Cameron Thomas base. I mean, Carmelo is just going to score the ball, right? He's going to be a great offensive card. 6'7" net shooting guard, has that Cameron Thomas base, Oscar upper, on very quick, has a good fade. Solid dribble sigs across the board. Maybe not my favorite, but they're still really good. Gotta put Carmelo Anthony in the A tier category. Now, talking about Paul George, he's a good card, but is he much higher than like D or C tier? I just don't know, because again, you have to remember there is so many great cards in this list that I'm probably going to go Paul George in the D tier category. Are people going to call me crazy and say that's, you know, hating on Paul George? Maybe, but I do think this card is a little bit outdated. We need to see a dark matter version of Paul George, and then he would easily probably be in the A tier category or maybe even higher, because that's how good Paul George can be. But I think for his Galaxy Opal, you got to put him in that D tier category. Talking about 100 overall Yao Ming, I mean, he is maybe still the best card in this game. I think he's probably number 2. I don't think you could say he's number 3. I think he's got to be number 2 or maybe even potentially 1. He's 7'6". He's a 100 overall card with that speed, with that good of a jump shot. It is ridiculous. He's going to be in that S tier category. I think Brandon Roy is C tier. You know, he has a good jump shot. His dribble sigs aren't the best, but he's a solid shooting guard. Again, it might seem low for a Brandon Roy card that is still very usable and is still really good, but I think it's a fair spot for how many cards we do have on this tier list. Now, Dark Matter Luol Deng, I think he's like top of A tier, man. Like, he might seriously be S, because there is a lot of really good small forwards in this game, so that's sort of my only hesitation with holding him back from being in the S tier category. But I do think Luol Deng is amazing and is probably one of the best cards in the entire A tier category that we'll have on this tier list. But I think A tier is a fair spot for this card. He's insane defensively. They gave him a really good jump shot, or he has the same jump shot, but it's on very quick. He has a really good release. Actually, is it the same jump shot? I do believe it is, right? I think it's the same jump shot that he always has. Or no, they changed his jump shot. I forgot. Yeah, they changed his release. They gave him the D-Mitch base, Oscar Robertson upper on very quick. Yeah, and this card's also got really good sigs. I love that Kemba escape. I love that Garland behind the back. He's got the KD fade. Yeah, Luol Deng, he's amazing, bro. He's easily A tier. Might be honestly in the S tier category. Talking about Patrick Ewing, he's really bad, dude. I know he's usable. He's probably usable than a lot of cards in F, so I'm going to go D tier, but then it almost makes me want to put Paul George in C. So we'll go Paul George in C tier. I'm going to go 100 overall Vince in B. I think he's a great card. He's really good offensively. I like that jump shot. I think the sigs could be better, so I do think for that reason he's going to be in B tier. Talking about Chris Webber, again, a card that I think is probably extremely high A tier. I just don't want to have too many cards in S, and I know you can maybe consider every single card an A tier and S tier card. because they're all so good at their positions. Like Chris Webber is probably still top 3 to 5 small forward in this game, but I just don't want to put this card any higher than A tier, at least for right now, because we got to see the rest of the cards on this list, and I don't think he's a definite, you know, S tier card right now in my team. Now, a definite S tier card is 1000% 100 overall Tim Duncan. This card is unbelievably good at the power forward position. He has an extremely good jump shot, 6'11" power forward, has that KPJ base, has Pro 2 fade as well, which is nice to have on a power forward. His fade is really good, but the dribble sigs are honestly the best thing about this card. He has the Darius Garland dribble style, Steph Curry size up, he's got the Kemba escape, and the tray behind the back. He's got better dribble sigs than 100 overall Cade, which is kind of ridiculous to say for a Tim Duncan card that obviously plays the power forward position. Talking about Galaxy Sopa Wemby, I think it's still an S tier card. I recently did just pull him on the No Money Spent account, and maybe I'm a little bit biased still having him in S tier because of that, but I think this card is seriously still an S tier card. His jump shot is uncontestable, that speed is not horrific, and I think for what he provides you on defense, he's still going to be an S tier card. Dark Matter Michael Beasley, this is what I'm talking about. He's like the S tier for me, just slightly above a Chris Webber, a Luol Deng, a James Worthy at the small forward position. Those cards are all very good, and you could argue are on the same level, especially like Webber and Luol Deng are maybe on the same level as a Michael Beasley, but I do think he's slightly better enough. Just he's so good offensively that he's going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Kevin Durant, realistically, he's probably C or D. He's just not a great card. Honestly, he's just okay, not a great, sorry, he's not a bad card, but he's also not a great card. So I would say probably like C tier for Kevin Durant. I think John Morant's gonna go in F. I mean, I'm just not a huge fan of this card's jump shot. He's a fun point guard, 100%, 6'2" a point guard, 6'7" wingspan. He's a very fun point guard to use. I'm just not a big fan of his dribble sigs and not a big fan of his jump shot, but the Garland dribble style is nice to have on this card. Talking about Dark Matter LeBron, I think he's an easy A tier card. He's still LeBron James. He still gets some of the best dunking animations in this game. He still plays extremely good defense and still has a great jump shot. You know, honestly, because it's not very quick timing, it's actually still a top tier jump shot currently in my team. Talking about Dark Matter Giannis, I think B tier is probably the place you put him. I mean, you could argue A tier for Giannis, and you know what, I'll go low A tier for Giannis. I do think he's better than LeBron. I think he's better of an overall card than Dark Matter Hakeem. I think he's going to be in that low A tier category. Talking about 100 overall Anthony Davis, am I crazy to put this card in B? I just do not like his jump shot, man, and he's only 6'10" at power forward. Am I crazy? I think there's better cards at power forward, dude. I really think there are. I think he's a great card. I think he's probably top of A tier. I know I might get hate for that one, but I'm just not a big fan of his jump shot. His dribble sigs are realistically not that great. I mean, yeah, he's a 100 overall card, but he's only 6'10" at power forward. There's some cards on here that are 7'1", 7'2" at power forward that have better jump shots and play just as good a defense, potentially even better. So I'm gonna go 100 overall Anthony Davis in that very high A tier, very high B tier category. 100 overall Luka. Like, is he B tier as well, man? I'm just not a big fan of this Luka card. Like, am I crazy to put these cards in B? I just don't like his dribble sigs. His jump shot's good, but I don't like his dribble sigs. Call me crazy, but I'm putting 100 overall Luka in that B tier category. Now, Tim Thomas, he's another easy A tier card. Super good offensive card, really good jump shot. I mean, if you need a card that's 6'10" that can score the basketball at a high level, Tim Thomas is a really good option. Talking about Dark Matter Magic, I think B tier is a fair spot for him. He's not on the same level as 100 overall Cade and maybe some other point guards we'll be talking about, but he's still a 6'9" point guard. He still plays defense and does have an okay jump shot and some very nice dribble sigs. Now, talking about Bargnani, he's good. I think he's probably high C tier. Like, he's a good power forward card. Honestly, for Andre Bargnani, you probably wouldn't expect him to be all that good, and he's actually very solid at the power forward position. Dark Matter John Wall, this is just for me. I think he's better than like a John Morant, obviously at point guard, but I cannot green with this card whatsoever. I just cannot green a shot to save my life. I find his jump shot with the rhythm timing to be impossible, and I think for that reason, he's going to be in the D tier category. Talking about Invincible Giannis, I mean, probably the best card in my team. I think it's him or Yao. I mean, that Giannis card is just ridiculous. With the jump shot they gave him, with the defense he plays, with the dribble sigs he has, he's literally unguardable. He's unguardable, and he's probably the best defender in this game. He's going to be in that S tier category. Talking about 100 overall Ant, I mean, again, call me crazy. Is Anthony Edwards in C tier? He's just not that good, man. They didn't change his jump shot. 6'4" point guard, you know, isn't the greatest height. It's not that tall, and he doesn't have that great of a jump shot. His sigs are good, but they're not anything spectacular. I think Anthony Edwards is probably in that C tier category. Talking about J Rich, I'll go like low C tier for J Rich. He still does have a fast jump shot. Talking about Dark Matter Embiid, I mean, he goes in the same spot as Hakeem. I say that in every single ranking. They're pretty much the same power forward card. I would say the free Tim Duncan is also in B tier, the free level 40 Tim Duncan, the 100 overall card. Nowhere near as good as his 100 overall pro pass card, but I do think he's still a very good free option and a very good power forward that I do think he's going to be in B tier. Dino Raja, I would say is like a step down compared to like some of these power forwards in B tier. So I do think realistically, he's going to be in that high C tier category. Talking about Invincible Dr. J, the newest Invincible card in my team. He is so good. Yes, he might not be Kevin Durant just because he's a little bit shorter, but that card is damn near a perfect shooting guard. His jump shot is elite. They gave him the dribble sigs he needed. He has a good fade. I don't really know what else you would need on this Dr. J card at the shooting guard position, besides maybe a little bit more height, which Kevin Durant does have. But talking about Gary Payton, I honestly want to put him like high C tier, but maybe B. I'm going to go like high C tier, but I kind of want to maybe move some cards down. Like, I don't know. I might have to move like these cards down and then go like J Rich. I don't know, guys. Like, I just don't want to have too many cards in these higher tiers that I think realistically, I'm going to drop some cards down. I think I'm going to drop these cards down. I'm going to drop J Rich and Kevin Durant into that D tier category. I think I got to mix up the tier list a little bit and just have different cards in different tiers. So this is what we're going to move it to so far, because I think all these cards are kind of on the same level. I think they're better than Kevin Durant and J Rich in my personal opinion. Now talking about Dark Matter chat, I think he's an A tier power forward. I think he's really good defensively. He gets amazing defensive animations. I do think Chet is still one of the best power forward cards in this game. Now talking about 100 overall T-Mac, I would say the third best shooting guard in this game, behind Invincible Dr. J, behind Invincible Kevin Durant, who's going up against two of the best cards in my team, and he's still one of the best cards. I think he's easily going to be an S tier. Grant Hill, that card honestly sucks. Gonna put him in F tier. Jason Kidd, legit argument to be an S, but I do think he's going to be in that high A tier category. Wish he was a little bit taller, but the jump shot is elite. The dribble sigs are amazing. I think he's an easy high A tier card. Now talking about 100 overall Shea, he's the S tier point guard in my opinion. He's still the best point guard in this game, has a really good jump shot. I mean, yeah, he's just ridiculous, man. Shea is so good at point guard. Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, not as good as his Dark Matter, but he's still an A tier card. He still has a ridiculously good jump shot. He still has great dribble sigs, and he's still one of the best offensive cards in this entire game. And I think it warrants him the A tier category. Now talking about 100 overall Kristaps, a card that I feel like you still have to put in S. His jump shot's still really good. He's still a 100 overall card. He has a great player model, great wingspan. He's going to be in that S tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Zach LaVine, a good point guard for sure, but I do think he's going to be in C tier. I like his jump shot. I like his dribble sigs. He's a fun offensive point guard to use, but I think realistically going to be in C tier. Jerry Stackhouse, I would say also C tier. Maybe that's a little bit under what most people would put him as, but I'm not really a huge fan of that card, but I do think he's definitely a solid all-around shooting guard. Talking about Brandon Ingram, I would say like realistically probably C tier. He's 6'10" with a good jump shot. I think he plays better than most people would expect at the shooting guard spot, so I do think he's going to be in C tier. Now talking about Dark Matter AK-47, I think he's probably A. I like him more than LeBron at small forward. I think he's on the level of like a Beasley Pink Diamond, a Tim Thomas, right? Luol Deng, these type of small forwards. Really good defensive card, one of the best on-ball defenders in this game with one of the best catch and shoot jump shots. Talking about Sean Kemp, realistically, he might be like D tier at the highest. I think I could potentially give him D tier. I think Bam is probably also D tier, undersized, but does have a very quick jump shot. Talking about 100 overall Tatum, to me, he's probably in the same spot as Anthony Edwards. Dark Matter Bull, I know some people might disagree. I think that card is a little bit overrated and a little bit overpriced, but that's just my personal opinion. I do think Chet's better at power forward. I think cards like Chris Webber are just better overall. Giannis, trying to get cards that are similar position-wise, but I do think Bull is still a very good card, obviously, and I think he's going to be in the B tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Dr. J, is this a card that you put in A tier anymore? I'm going to say realistically, no. He's a great card. He's one of the best cards in this game. Any card in B tier and up are like some of the best cards in their position, but I just don't know if realistically you can put Dark Matter Dr. J in the A tier category anymore. Talking about J.R. Smith, he's going to be an F tier. I think Scottie Pippen is probably D tier at this point. I know he does stuff very similar to Paul George, but I do think PG just gives you more offense with a better jump shot. Dark Matter Dame, realistically that card's not very good. Gonna throw him in the F tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Kareem, I think is a very solidified A tier card. He plays extremely good defense. He's a great card. He's going in that A tier category. 100 overall MJ, I think he's still S. I still think he's better than Jason Kidd. I still think he's the second best point guard, but I will say Penny Hardaway, very good point guard, but a little bit overrated. I think he's on the same ranking as Cade and Jason Kidd, but I don't think he's as good as Michael Jordan and Shea. I think his jump shot's a little bit mid, And yeah, he's a great card, but I do think he's a little bit overpriced at the point guard position. Moses Malone, great power forward card. I don't know if I can go any higher than C tier. I think Anthony Davis is better. I think Tim Duncan, Joel Embiid, Hakeem are just better at the power forward spot, but I do think Moses Malone is really good, especially for a free card. Talking about Devin Booker, he's going to be on that same tier as Luka Doncic. To me, I kind of view them as the same point guard. Ray Allen, horrible. He's going in F tier. Klay Thompson, good. I think he's a very good shooting guard option, but I don't know if I could put him in S tier. I don't know if he's even much better than a Dark Matter Dr. J, so I do think he's going to be in B tier. MPJ is not horrible. I think he's probably D tier. He is tall, has a good jump shot, plays physical, good slasher. I think he's going to be in that D tier category. I think Ricky Davis is C tier. He's kind of on that same ranking as a Dark Matter Brandon Roy in my personal opinion. Joe Johnson, this card sucks. If I'm being completely honest, I did not like this card. When I did the gameplay on him, I think he's going to be an F tier. Talking about Danny Granger, he's an okay small forward in my opinion. I think he's good. Like he's kind of on that Kevin Durant, Sean Kemp, and MPJ type of level. 100 overall Oscar, I think's really good. I don't know if I could put him in A tier though. I would take Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway, and Cade over Oscar at the point guard position, but I do think he's very good and is in that B tier category. Dark Matter D-Rob, I think he's low A. I still love this card defensively. I'm good with his jump shot. I think his jump shot's consistent enough for me personally. Feel like I can green if I'm wide open. He plays extremely good defense, has a really good player model. He's extremely fast. He's got a great size. He's got great size at the center or power forward position. I do think he's going to be in A tier. Talking about Swaggy P, really good offensive card, but I think realistically going to have to be in B tier because of his defense. Dark Matter Lonzo, great card. I think he's probably low B tier because of his defense. Gordon Hayward, he's going to be in D tier, just a slightly better Joe Johnson in my opinion. Adam Morrison, not a huge fan of this card, and I'm sure some people will think this is way too low for Adam Morrison, but I'm just personally not good with this card's jump shot. Lamar Odom, not good at all. He's basically the definition of mid. He's going to be an F tier. On the flip side of that though, 100 overall Wilt Chamberlain, one of the best power forwards, if not the best power forward on my team. He's ridiculous defensively, 8-foot wingspan, and has a great catch and shoot jump shot. They gave Wilt such a good release. Now talking about Carlos Boozer, probably a solid C tier card. He has a good jump shot. He plays good defense. Dark Matter Jaren, I like this card in B, man. I think he's really good. I like him more than Moses Malone. I think he's sort of on that Embiid and Hakeem level. He's got a great jump shot on very quick timing, and he does play extremely good defense. Marc Gasol, I think he's A, man. Marc Gasol is a beast at power forward, has an extremely fast jump shot with that Andre Drummond base, and also does play really good defense as well. I think Russell Westbrook is kind of underrated. I'd probably throw him in that like low D tier category. Kawhi Leonard is really good. I mean, he's the best Dark Matter shooting guard in this game by far, but do I think that warrants him S tier? I'm going to have to personally say no, at least for right now, but I do think Kawhi is an amazing shooting guard and just an amazing card in general. Talking about Dark Matter LaMelo, I think he's good because of his heights, but realistically, he's going to be in C tier. I think Dennis Rodman is good, but his jump shot is very lackluster. Then I think he's also going to be in C tier. Josh Smith is really good. I think he's just a better card than LeBron. He's basically LeBron with a better jump shot and also better SIGs as well. Talking about Dark Matter Stephon Castle, I think this point guard is really, really good. I think he's probably like high B tier though. I do think Jason Kidd, Cade, Penny Hardaway are definitely better at the point guard position. 100 overall Shaq, I mean, he's still so good. I know people don't really run this card as much anymore just because the hype's died down, but he's still one of the best power forwards. He's still got an insanely good player model, has that new jump shot, has the Garland dribble style. He is still one of the best cards in my team. Jonathan Isaac, I think C tier is fair for him. He's really good defensively, but doesn't have a great jump shot. Now, I think Alex Sarr is basically just another Chet. I think they're very similar at power forward, slender player builds, but get really good dunking and really good blocking animations. They feel a little bit taller than their height does suggest, and I think they're both going to be in the A tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels, surprisingly enough, is it crazy to put him in B tier? I think that the Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels card is so good. Call me crazy, but I'm throwing Dyson Daniels in B tier. Miles Turner, really good power forward card, but I don't think you can put him much higher than C tier personally. Dark Matter Ron Artest, another very good shooting guard option. I would say probably low B tier for Ron Artest. I do really like that card. I think Jalen Williams is probably D tier for being completely honest. Talking about 100 overall Blake, another great small forward option, but I don't know if I can put that card in S. I think he's on that same ranking as a 100 overall Chris Webber. Talking about Dark Matter Zach Edey, I think because of his size at center, he's 7'5" with a 7'10" wingspan, has a very greenable jump shot. He's quick enough now on his Dark Matter card that I do think you still have to put him in that S tier category. Now talking about Dark Matter Terry Dishinger, I think he's got to go B. He's a little bit undersized at small forward. Really do wish that card can play shooting guard, but you still have to give him the credit that he deserves. He's got a really good jump shot and very elite dribble sigs. Curry, honestly, is probably B or low C. I would say he's probably in that low C tier category. I think Roko's good. I think Roko's probably also in C tier. Pau Gasol, wasn't a huge fan of this card. I think he's going to be in D tier. Tyler Hansbrough, really good. I think he's probably in that C tier category. Dark Matter Shea, very good point guard. I think he's easily going to be in B tier. Talking about George Gerving, he's a good all-around shooting guard, but I do think he's going to be in C tier. Invincible Kevin Durant, I mean, I think still the best shooting guard in my team. You guys can let me know if you think Dr. J is better, but I do think they're all very similar at the shooting guard position. Him and Dr. J are very similar cards, but Kevin Durant is just taller with a longer wingspan. Talking about Aaron Gordon, that card's jump shot's really bad. Gonna have to throw him in F tier. Chris Bosh, really good power forward card, but I do think realistically is going to be in that B tier category. Andrew Wiggins, I think C tier is fair for him. He's a good slashing card, good defender, but not a huge fan of his jump shot or dribble sigs. And Manu Ginobili is good. Manu Ginobili is really good. Gonna throw him in that B tier category. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for my overall top 100 cards in my team tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below as I slowly scroll through this tier list. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys would change. I'm sure we have a bunch of different opinions, and these are all just my personal preferences and cards that I've used in game, cards that I like more than others. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about this? Get in the comments, feel free, share your guys' opinions. Let me know I'm stupid, let me know I have some horrible takes. I'd love to hear that in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you guys would change about it. So give me all of your thoughts, give me all of your opinions down below, what you guys would change. And again, none of these cards suck, none of these cards are horrible. They are the top 100 best cards in my team. They are all still very usable, and if you're good with any of these cards and have them in a lower tier, have fun with those cards because they are all still very good in this game. I'm not saying the F tier and D tier guys are bad. They're still great cards, but again, this is the top 100 best cards, so we got to have some cards in the lower tiers. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this tier list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.